हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, अगर आप हमारे इस चैनल आरबीएस फिजिक्स पर पहली बार आए हैं तो सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें, बेल आइकन दबाएं, ऑल करें, जिससे कि हमारे वीडियो के अपलोड होते ही इसके नोटिफिकेशंस आपको मिल जाएं। इन काइनेमेटिक्स वी हैव स्टडीज अबाउट द मोशंस ऑफ बॉडीज विदाउट नोइंग द रीजन ऑफ द मोशन। नाउ here in this chapter we will focus ourselves on the reasons which makes the body to move or moving bodies to stop. Newton put forth three laws of motions which are the basic laws which are base of the mechanics. Now there are some physical quantities, let us know about that. First, force. Suppose there is a body placed at a point, we want to give it motion, we want to move it, we have to push it. Push. By pushing it, it will start to move. Suppose there is another body which is at rest and we want to just drag it towards ourselves. We pull it. So we can say that when we apply push or pull on bodies, either they come towards myself or go away from myself. That is, push and pull, these are responsible for the motion of these bodies at rest. If his body is suppose moving and we want to stop it, we have to apply a force in this direction. We push it, it is moving in this direction, and therefore we want to apply a force to stop this moving body. It means if a body is at rest, it requires push or pull to move it. If it is moving, it requires push or pull to stop it, and this push or pull is called force. It means an external push or pull which either brings the bodies to move or tends to bring the bodies to move or brings it to rest is force. Force is an external reason. This is external cause. If this cause is not present, then there is no motion. Neither bodies at rest will move, nor a body moving will stop. There must be some reason, external reason, and that external cause is called force. So we can say external push or pull which brings a body to move or tensed, or tends to move. Or stops a moving body, or tends to stop, is called force. The external पुश और पुल जो किसी भी बॉडी को या तो चला देता है, which brings a body to move, या तो उसको मूव कर देता है, or tends to move. For example, if we want to move a truck at rest, difficult for us to move it, but we are applying the force. So force is present there, the push is present there, though there is no movement. तो move or tends to move, या तो मूव हो जाती है वस्तु, या मूव होने की स्थिति में होती है, नहीं मूव हो पाती, बट वी ट्राई टू मूव इट. उसी एक्सटर्नल काज को हम फोर्स कहते हैं. द फोर्सेस आर of different kinds and they work in different ways. For example, here this is a push which moves the body in this straight line, or pull that drags the body in this straight line. If it is rotate, this is the direction of the velocity, and the force moves it to rotate, and the force is acting towards the center. This is a force which makes the body to change its direction. And also, if there is suppose a ball, if pressed from outside, its shape is changed. शेप चेंज हो जाती है इसकी, शेप changes. So the force acts in different way and for different purposes. If we want to say stretch anything, or to press anything, or suppress anything, or to change the volume, or to change the shape, or to move it, or to rotate, there are different ways of applying the force. So force is a push or pull which is responsible for the motion of a body at rest, or to stop a body moving with uniform velocity. Now, Newton's law of motion, we know that these are the base of mechanics. There are 3 laws of motion given by Newton. One is law of inertia. First is law of inertia. Newton's law of motions are 3. First law, a law of inertia. Newton's second law of motion, a law of force. And third is Newton's third law. There are three laws laid down by Newton. These are Newton's first law, that is law of inertia. Now, law of inertia tells us that when a body is moving with a uniform velocity, it will remain moving in the same direction. Or if it is at rest, it will remain at rest if external force is not applied. If a body is at rest, it will remain at rest. If it is moving with uniform velocity, it will it is moving with uniform velocity, it will remain moving. अब ये कब ऐसा होगा? When it is possible, provided external force is not applied. If your body is at rest, it will remain at rest. If it is moving with uniform velocity, it will remain moving in the same direction with the same velocity. Provided external force is not applied. अगर बाहर से कोई फोर्स नहीं लगता तो वस्तु neither will try to move, neither moving body will try to stop. ना तो रुकी हुई वस्तु चलने का प्रयास करेगी, चलेगी, और ना चली हुई वस्तु रुकेगी। किसी भी चलती हुई वस्तु को रोकने के लिए बल की आवश्यकता होती है। External force is required, and to stop a body, moving body, is also a force is required. So law of inertia says that whenever there is change in the velocity or whenever a body at rest starts to move, it means there must be a force. If there is no force, there is no change in the state of the body. Whether it is at rest, it will remain at rest. And if it is moving, it will remain at moving. That is the state of the motion. State of motion means if it is moving, it will remain moving. If it is at rest, it will remain at rest. There is no change in the state of the motion of the body. This is law of inertia. Now, what is inertia? Law of inertia में what is inertia? Inertia. Now, inertia is a property of a body. It is property of the body to oppose the state of rest or its uniform motion. The property of a body to oppose किस चीज का अपोज करना है? टू अपोज द चेंज द यूनिफॉर्म change the uniform motion, change the state of uniform motion or the state of rest. तो दिस द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ एवरी बॉडी. जो भी वस्तुएं हैं वो सभी का एक गुण है. दे डू नॉट वांट टू चेंज देयर पोजीशन ऑफ मोशन और रेस्ट. सपोज ए बॉल इज रनिंग ऑन द फील्ड. टू स्टॉप इट वी हैव टू अप्लाई ए फोर्स. व्हेन वी अप्लाई द फोर्स, we experience a jerk by the ball. That is the position which the ball applied. See, in the same way, suppose we want to throw a body, it requires force. कोई भी चलती हुई वस्तु ना रुकना चाहती है, रुकी हुआ चलना चाहती है. सपोज ए हेवी बॉडी, फॉर एग्जाम्पल ए कार इज एट रेस्ट, वी वांट टू जस्ट पुश इट, it will require a large amount of force because the car do not want to change its position of rest. And this property that opposes to change the position of rest is called inertia of the car. If there is a truck, it requires more force to move it. It means as the body is heavy, that has more inertia. And this is the reason why we measure the inertia with the mass of the body. If mass of the body is large, the property of inertia is large. If the mass is smaller, the position will be smaller. It is very easy to throw a small things, but very difficult to throw a very heavy things, because the inertia is large and its opposition is large. So the inertia is the position which the body presents when we want to change the state of motion or a body at rest. There are number of experiences and there are examples. Suppose if we are sitting on a bus and a bus starts suddenly, we feel a jerk towards the backward side, because when the bus starts, our lower part, which is in contact with the bus, moves with the bus, but the upper part, due to the inertia, property of the inertia, wants to remain in rest, and therefore we feel a jerk, because this is attached whole body, and therefore after a jerk it starts to move. Similarly, when the bus stops, so when the bus is moving or running, the whole body is running with the bus. When it is stopped suddenly, the lower portion stops and the upper portion have the velocity, and therefore we just bend towards forward direction. So one example is this, when we are moving on the bus. Secondly, when a bullet is fired on a glass window, this is glass, a bullet is fired, a very clear hole is made in the glass due to bullet, because the speed of the bullet is very high. This glass comes for a very short time in contact with the bullet, and therefore the jerk of the bullet or the force of the bullet is not communicated to other areas, and this area of the glass is just broken away with the bullet, and therefore there is a very fine and clear hole. Because for a very small time the bullet is in contact with the glass and the force is not communicated to other areas, and therefore only this area is broken away. In the case of the stone, if a stone is thrown on this window, when thrown is window, when thrown, a stone is thrown, the velocity of the stone is small, and therefore as the stone comes in contact with the glass pane, the force is communicated to other areas, and therefore the glass pane is cracked. This is cracked due to the speed of the stone. The speed of the stone is small and the speed of the bullet is large. तो यहाँ पर जो बुलेट है उसकी स्पीड इतनी तेज है कि जैसे टकराती उस फोर्स को इधर उधर कम्युनिकेट नहीं हो पाता, तो द स्पीड ऑफ बुलेट इज हाई। और यहाँ स्पीड इज स्मॉल। तो एक एग्जाम्पल ये भी है, एक एग्जाम्पल आपका बस का है, बस। एंड देयर इज अनदर एग्जाम्पल, इफ वी हैव ए से branch of tree, when the branch of a tree say branch of trees second briskly तेज के साथ, झटके के साथ उसको हम शेक करते हैं, हिलाते हैं। If the branch of a tree shaken briskly, the fruits come down due to inertia। जब पेड़ की डाल को जोर से हिलाते हैं तो डाल shaken, but the fruits due to the inertia remain at the same place। The fruits come down due to inertia। वो inertia के कारण से वहीं रह के टूट जाते हैं और नीचे चले आते हैं। There are a number of examples when we come across daily in our life। इसी तरह से ब्लैंकेट को when we take it briskly, the dust particles, the carpet moves, but the dust particles because of the inertia remain at this place and leave the carpet and go down। In the same way, there is one experiment you can just perform it। Suppose there is a glass and a cardboard, ये coin is there, force with jerk, if you apply force with jerk, the cardboard will fly away। Force with jerk, then cardboard fly away and coin due to inertia remain at rest and falls in the glass। These are number of examples of inertia. One more example. There is a thread, a body of mass m, and again there is a thread. This is A and this is B, D, thread are of same strength. ये दोनों डोरियां ए और बी इनकी स्ट्रेंथ बराबर है, एक ही तरह का ये टेंशन टॉलरेट कर सकती। इफ बी पुल बी स्लोली, if B is pulled down steadily, increasing force, धीरे धीरे इसको खींचते जाएंगे, बल बढ़ाते जाएंगे, तो ड्यू टू द इनर्शिया the force will be transferred to A and the tension of A will be more than B. This is transmitted to A due to inertia of M. And tension of A will be larger and it will broken, ये टूट जाएगी। If B is pulled down steadily, increasing force, this is transmitted to A due to inertia of body, and the tension of A will be large and it will be broken. If secondly, if B is pulled with jerk, suddenly the force will not be transferred to A due to inertia of body, and hence B will be broken. तो अगर इसको हम धीरे से खींचेंगे तो जो भी फोर्स हम लगाएंगे वो इसके इनर्शिया के कारण से ये सब ट्रांसफ़र हो जाएगा, क्योंकि ये भी स्थिर है और इसलिए वो फोर्स यहाँ ट्रांसफ़र होगा। चूँकि इसके ऊपर इसका भी भार और इसका टेंशन दोनों काम करेगा, इसलिए इसका मान ज़्यादा होगा और ये टूटेगा, ये नहीं टूटेगा। इफ़ इट इज़ पुल डाउन स्लोली, बट इफ़ इट इज़ पुल्ड विद jerk, then the force will not transfer to A because of this inertia of this body, because this wants to remain the rest, and therefore the force is not transmitted, and therefore this B is broken. So there are number of examples. Now linear momentum. Linear momentum. The product of mass and velocity is momentum. The product of mass and velocity the product of mass and velocity is momentum of the body. That is, momentum P is equal to mv. This is a vector quantity and the direction is that of the velocity. The unit is kilogram meter per second. The momentum is important because the momentum represents that what amount of force will be used to change the momentum of any body. If the body is large, its momentum will be large, and therefore if body is moving, to stop that body, a large amount of force will be required. If the momentum is small, to stop the body, a small amount of force will be required. Therefore, the momentum is important physical quantity. Due to the momentum, we come to the conclusion that the body, when you change the state of the body, what amount of force is required. And now here, there are three quantities P, M and V. If M is constant, suppose we have one body and we increase the velocity, the momentum will increase. Therefore, P is proportional to V. P is proportional to V. Therefore, the relation between P and V is like this. Directly proportional. If velocity is increased, momentum increase. If it is twice, it is 2 times. So the ratio of momentum and velocity will remain constant. Second, if B is constant, P is proportional to M. If different bodies are moving with the same velocity, then their momentum will be different. The larger body will have a larger momentum and the smaller body will have a smaller momentum. This is the momentum, this is mass, and here also we see that both are proportional to each other. If mass increased, remaining the V constant, the momentum will increase. The third relation is if P is constant. If P is constant, it means MB is equal to constant and therefore M is proportional to 1 upon V. This is universally proportional. Universally proportional, if B increases, if M increases, B decreases. For the same momentum, if body is large, its velocity will be small. If body is small, its velocity will be large. And therefore, these are inversely proportional. M and this is V. This is like this. This is the inversely proportional to each other. The kinetic energy K is equal to half M V square, or K is equal to M square V square upon 2M multiplied by M in the numerator and denominator. Multiplied by M in numerator becomes M square or divided by M. Then M square V square upon 2M. Therefore, K is equal to MV is equal to P. P square upon 2M. This is the relation of momentum and kinetic energy. Momentum and kinetic energy, that is, kinetic energy is proportional to the square of the momentum. And now, second law. Second law of motion. Now we know momentum and we know force. Force is an external region which changes the state of the body, and momentum is the product of the mass and velocity. This is also related with the force. Therefore, the Newton's second law tells us that the time rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the force the time rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the force applied. That is, the external force F is proportional to rate of change of momentum delta P upon delta T, or F is equal to K delta P upon delta T. Experimentally, K is equal to 1, or therefore F is equal to delta P upon delta T. If F is वेरिएबल, अगर ये कांस्टेंट नहीं है, ये F is not uniform. If F is not uniform, this is variable. Then instant force F will be equal to limit delta T tends to 0 delta P upon delta T, or F is equal to dP upon dt. This is the instant value of force if force is variable. Otherwise, the value of force is this delta P upon delta T. अगर ये वैल्यू वेरिएबल नहीं है तो डेल्टा P अपॉन डेल्टा P से भी उसका वही मान हमें प्राप्त होगा. अभी सेकंड लॉ है न्यूटन की गति का सेकंड लॉ. अब इस सेकंड लॉ में इसको थोड़ा सा we can change it. Since F is equal to dP upon dt, we can write it F is equal to d upon dt. Equal to mb, since p is equal to mass into acceleration, or F is equal to इसको d m dv upon dt plus v dm upon dt. M is constant and therefore dm upon dt is equal to 0, no change. Therefore F is equal to mdv upon dt. dv upon dt is the rate of change of velocity, that is acceleration. This is acceleration. Since dv by dt is acceleration, and therefore F is equal to m into a. दिस इज द रिलेशन ऑफ फोर्स, मास एंड एक्सेलरेशन. तो द सेकंड लॉ ऑफ Newton's second law tells us that the rate of change of the momentum is equal to the force, and from this we get F is equal to ma. यानी dp upon dt या ma ये both are the same thing. ये जो हमने यहाँ पर एक रिलेशन निकाला, these are the same relations. F is equal to ma और F is equal to dp upon dt. And this is the second law of motion. In first law of motion, we have learned that if no force is applied, there is no force, external force, there is no change in the state of motion or rest. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि अगर फोर्स न रहे तो वस्तु की स्थिति में परिवर्तन नहीं होगा. दिस इज फर्स्ट लॉ. फर्स्ट लॉ में भी है कि विदाउट एक्सटर्नल फोर्स देयर इज नो चेंज इन द पोजिशन ऑफ द रेस्ट और यूनिफॉर्म मोशन. हियर आल्सो वी नो दैट इफ देयर इज नो फोर्स then there is no acceleration. Mass is constant. Therefore, without force, no acceleration is present. For acceleration, there must be force. So if there is no force, there is no acceleration, that is, there is no change in the motion, whether it is at rest or it is moving. So we can say that the first law is also contained in the second law. Second law में ही फर्स्ट लॉ भी शामिल है. बस दैट्स ऑल फॉर टुडे. वीडियो देखने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. यदि इस चैप्टर में किसी भी प्रकार का डाउट होता है तो आप हमारे कमेंट सेक्शन अथवा हमारे सोशल साइट्स पर जाकर पूछ सकते हैं, जिसका लिंक हमारे डिस्क्रिप्शन पर दिया हो.